Christina Carr, and I'm here to interview Dr. Romano for some questions about obesity. Um, First question, how would you classify obesity? Is it a fatal medication condition, a disease, or a disorder?
Um, Actually, I really am not sure about the clear distinctions between the things that you said, but obesity is most likely a disorder in the sense that it is a problem with the balance or of the body. Obesity is an increase in fat overall, the total body fat, subcutaneous fat, the visceral fat. So, and it disturbs the balance in the body, so it predisposes the body to develop disease.
What is the difference between obesity and overweight? Do they have the same effects on our body?
Well, obesity has been defined as the presence of a body mass index or BMI of, well, internationally it is more than 30. A BMI of more than 30 is considered as having obesity. But here in the Asia Pacific region, as early as a BMI of 26, then you are already considered obese. These cutoffs have been formulated because it has been shown that people who have been labeled obese are more predisposed to having other diseases like heart conditions, stroke, diabetes in these BMI cutoffs. So, as for your question, if the how is obesity and overweight different, is that obese people are more likely to develop disease than overweight people.
With our modern technology, what is usually done for obese people? Can medicine or surgery help in weight reduction? If yes, what kind of surgery?
Um, Actually, as a health practitioner, what we often advocate is the natural way, which is through lifestyle modification, which includes diet and exercise. However, in patients with morbid obesity, or those who are very, very obese and are therefore are prone to being very sick, and those whose lifestyles are pretty much affected because of their weight. So there are weight reduction programs wherein you can we can prescribe some medications, and there are some surgeries that might help in weight reduction. Those medications that promote weight loss are usually, well, in the olden times there are purely anorectic drugs wherein you take the medication and then you lose your appetite, so you do not eat. Okay, and but more recent developments led to some pharmacotherapies wherein it does not promote absorption. So you take in something, you do not absorb it, therefore you do not gain weight from it because you just excrete it out in the urine and in the feces. And as far as surgery is concerned, well, the most well-known surgery for obesity is bariatric surgery. The classic bariatric surgery is volume reduction surgery, meaning they take out a huge portion of the stomach so that if the patient eats, he can easily be full. So he eats less. The problem with that is that eventually the stomach that has been left initially can also expand if the patient does not adhere to the diet that's prescribed to him by the doctor. So it has to be teamwork between the doctor and the patient so as to be effective in the weight reduction. There are other procedures that can be done. Lap banding, it's minimally invasive. With bariatric surgery, you have a very large opening in your abdomen. With lap banding, there's a small scar wherein you can think of it as putting rubber bands in your stomach. The effect is the same. It reduces the volume that can be accommodated by the stomach. And others can include putting a bioenteric intragastric balloon. When you put a balloon, it's really a balloon inside the stomach. So you can also be, you can feel that you are already full even if you ate only a little.
Is liposuction done nowadays? Still done nowadays?
Well, yes, but liposuction is not um, a therapeutic modality towards obesity. It's just removing the excess fat outside the body. The problem with obesity is that the bad fat isn't necessarily what is seen outside. Uh, the bad fat actually is more in those that are under the skin. So, so liposuction does not address that issue. So liposuction at most is really just for cosmetic purposes more than uh, the health. It does not promote any health benefits aside from cosmetic purposes.
Can a diabetic mother bear an obese child?
Um, well, strictly speaking, a child cannot be obese. I mean, a newborn infant cannot be obese. They can be big. Well, I guess the terminology is the same. It's just different, but the idea is the same. So diabetic mothers, especially those with uncontrolled diabetes, uncontrolled gestational diabetes, then they have a tendency to bear big babies. The correct term is macrosomic babies, macrosomia, right? The baby will be very big, but the most important risk there is not really the weight or the length of the baby, but it's the risk of developing diabetes itself. Okay, the most common problem associated with macrosomia is failure to deliver normal vaginal delivery. The mother should undergo a cesarean delivery to deliver the macrosomia.
Is there a connection between obesity and diabetes?
Well, I'm not really very sure about which can come first, but the problem with obese people is that they are insulin tolerant. The effect of insulin on normal people is not the same as the effect of insulin with obese people. They are resistant to the effects of insulin. Therefore, it will predispose them to diabetes because the idea of diabetes is basically the same. It's either a lack of insulin or there is adequate insulin, but there are too few receptors. So for obese people, there is normal insulin, there is normal receptor, but there is inadequate response. So it predisposes to diabetes.
Do you agree that obesity is an important issue and a growing problem in health today?
Well, I strongly agree with that statement because if you are able to read your history books and look at probably your great grandparents, your grandparents, the sickness of today is not the same as what sickness they had before. And I think that lifestyle and diet plays a very big role in this aspect. I mean, because of the growing number of unhealthy diet, unhealthy lifestyle, very sedentary lifestyle, the people get fatter and fatter as the generation goes by. And as I've said earlier, obesity really plays, it predisposes them to a lot of diseases. So yes, it is it's a very big concern. It's a very serious problem that should be addressed drastically. Here, we start locally and then internationally.
Do you think the fast food industry play a major role in this problem?
Yes, I think the fast food industry is the one to blame. The documentary that was shown maybe a couple of years ago, Super Size Me, it's really a testament to that theory. The fast food industry just puts in a lot of unhealthy stuff in the food they make, And the only thing that makes you come back for it is because it really tastes good. And you take in a lot of those harmful chemicals, harmful, unhealthy ingredients, then and you keep coming back for more. So it's a vicious cycle. So yes, the food industry, the fast food industry, is really has a very big role to play.
Is it true that obesity can cause cancer? How?
Well, not directly, but obesity has been found to be a very big risk factor for a number of um, malignancies. An example of which is colon cancer. Obesity is a risk factor for colon cancer. While if you add that up with a family history of malignancy, you add that up with unhealthy lifestyle, smoking, drinking, and eating a lot of unhealthy food, then being fat predisposes you to malignancy. So, not maybe it does not cause cancer as a direct cause, but it predisposes the person to develop cancer.
Last question. Does obesity affect the general health of an obese person? How?
Well, obesity, as I said it during your first question, I think it's not a disease, but a condition. But it predisposes the person to develop a lot of diseases like heart problems, gallstone disease, liver disease. So in that aspect, because of some the many complications of obesity, it affects the person's health, and actually it also affects the person's self-esteem because the society, especially now, is very unforgiving with fat people. There's actually social stigma, and so it also affects them, their mental health. So maybe yes, obesity is bad for your health, physically and mentally.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your
All right.
time.